Hashtag T2P, come and take a sip of the thought with me. Ha. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes.
Good morning. Good morning.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we sit up here and we said that we just gonna start the show off like this. She coming through, she being protected, I'm being shielded. We doing the thing this morning, okay? We doing this morning. Y'all want to come and be protected and be shielded? Y'all come on in. Come on
I'm
in. Come
telling you,
on
come
in.
on in.
Now, you know I'm gonna have to go ahead and take this shield off in just a little bit because yeah, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Thursday, and as you can see, my special guest is already on the screen with us this morning. And we are just going to start off this day. We're going to have a candid conversation. And my special guest is Erica Bolden.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Now, hold on, Erica. Now, I got some stuff going on here as well with some masks and stuff, but I'm liking that right there. I think I might need to get me one.
Yes. Come
Get
on,
me one.
represent. Come on,
Yeah,
represent.
come on. See, that's what I'm saying. So Erica is on here representing. Erica got merch and all kinds of stuff going on. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
It's okay to say yes. We're going to talk with Erica about her business, about her organization and what's going on. And we're just going to have a candid conversation this morning just about Black business, right? And then,
Exactly.
exactly, Black business. And then we just want to find out what the people need, right? And so in this COVID era, right? We got so much
Mm-hmm.
going on. So it's like we know that there's a lot out there that the people need, that we need, and all of that good stuff. So we're going to talk about all of that. But before we do, we like to do a little something in the mornings, and I'm going to go ahead and take this shield off. Whew.
Not ready.
Right, just for a moment, because I'm about to get into this old breath and stuff, and so yeah, the shield kind of
Hinders us.
there's a lot
Yeah.
out there that the people need, that we need, and all of that good stuff. Wait, what's going on? What happened? Hey,
Because I am a true follower, my phone
uh-huh.
gives me notifications.
Come
So
on. Yeah, that's what it should
so
do.
it's playing, and I'm like,
That's what it should do. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Casey. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. All right, so let's see what we got here this morning. Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure that I share a little bit and make sure everybody's up in there. All right.
all right.
So what we like to do in the mornings, on the Thought to Ponder, is we like to take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. Look, ladies and gentlemen, with everything that's going on out there, with everything that's happening, COVID, the election, uh, uh, this racial tension, this craziness that's happening in the world, we just want to take a moment and acknowledge that our breath is important, that we are here, that we're living. And then we want to say, take a moment and take a breath for those that have passed on for the cause or whatever the case may be, passed on, that's no longer here with us and things like that. I do want to say to my community, to my LGBTQ, my LGBTQ plus community, that I want to say we want to take a moment and have a breath and just acknowledge the fact that Monica Roberts is no longer with us. She passed away. She was a great advocate. She for trans rights and for trans women. She was really, really in the fight for making sure that you understood who these trans women were, that their lives were not in vain, that they deserve to have the same rights and the same equalities that everyone else has. And so I just want to take a moment when we do these breaths this morning and lift Monica Roberts up for her legacy and for what she's been fighting for so many, so many, so many years. And a lot of people do not know her from that outside of the community, or and some people, but I, I don't know that it's not outside the community, but a lot of times we don't really know someone until they pass, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to Google and find out about them. So this is what I'm saying this morning.
She's been fighting.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. Do Google her. If you want to do that, do Google the trans griot. That was her blog, her way of tracking trans women, the devs, speaking truths about them, making sure that they had a legacy and they were known. So we were going to do three things that you would actually, Black people would want to Google today. And so one of the things, which I'll repeat again when we get to that part, is for you to Google Monica Roberts. Google Monica Roberts and Google the trans griot, and just look at her legacy and what she did over the years. Yeah, and I think this is a good thing to do, because sometimes we really don't look at who someone is until after they're gone, right?
After the
Then
fact,
you're
yeah.
saying, "Oh, well, I didn't know this." Excuse me. Then you're saying, "Oh, I didn't know this and I didn't know that." But you have an opportunity now to kind of like follow up on people and check in with your people as we check in with ourselves and all of that good stuff. And I know this may sound a little mushy, y'all, but look, there's so much going on in the world today. There's so much going on. So I'm asking you to check in on others, check in on yourself, and make sure that you continuously check in, because COVID is not going anywhere anytime soon. There's this craziness, and then we'll get into the all the other ish after we go ahead and take this breath, because I know I've been talking for just a good little moment here. Like, now, Erica, you just can't keep letting me just talk and don't say nothing
Look,
and
I'm all with you. Especially, I know I heard you say, well, she wasn't really known, maybe because I just knew, and I'm like, yeah, she was known. She was a forefront
yes,
runner for this. She was one of the faces that started early, in the
yes,
backgrounds when here in Houston, people probably didn't know, but yeah, she was kind of known.
yeah,
She's been out there fighting and, just bringing awareness to everyone.
yes.
So I was like, no,
Yeah,
she's
and
known.
so it was crazy. Good morning, Queen Sellers. Good morning. Um, I was saying this to a group of people that are not from here, and they were saying, "Oh, well, we didn't know anything about her," and I was like, "Well, how could you not?" But
Yeah,
again, I'm a Houstonian, and I get it. So this is for
exactly.
all of those who don't know, right? So I'm not
Right.
saying that she wasn't well known in that aspect, but this is for those who don't know,
Who
so that
might not have
they
known.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, so that they can kind of like, get up to date and understand what she fought for, what her plight was, what her platform was, and then also too what her purpose was. Her
Yes.
purpose was this fight, and to log and make sure that in history, right, that they
Yeah.
knew who these trans women were that were murdered, that they had a name and they had a face and they had someone that spoke up for them. So we just want
Exactly.
to say kudos to her for that. RIP to Monica Roberts. But do Google her and find out about her and what she was actually doing. She's been everywhere. She's been up
Hmm.
on the hill. She's been down in the trenches. And so I just wanted to take a moment this morning to kind of like just give her some props, and for you all to just Google who Monica Roberts is. And
Exactly.
you'll be fascinated of the stuff that she's done over the years. And then also, too, me and her used to go to Jones High School together. So,
Joners, as my dad used to call him, you was a Jonah.
so yes, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's do all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take these breaths this morning. What I want you to do as we head toward the weekend, I just want you to take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. Take a moment and acknowledge that you are important. And then check in with yourself, right? And what we believe here at the Thought to Ponder is that you can actually take a moment and acknowledge your breath and also check in with yourself and let the universe and let the world know what you're going to deal with and what you're not going to deal with. All right. So it's 3 breaths this morning. And so the first breath, I will count it out. It's at a slower 5 pace, as I say all the time, because some people say I'm trying to choke them when they're taking the breath. But I just like to believe that we can acknowledge that our breath is important. I want to say this before we begin. And me and Erica has talked about this before. Nowhere in the world will you ever go and they tell you to not take a moment. They always tell you to stand still, be quiet, listen. And I believe that taking these breaths allow you a moment to just be quiet and be still, right?
Exactly,
Sometimes
exactly.
we move so fast that we don't
And you
hear.
miss it. You
Exactly.
you miss the little things that make you capable of going on and continuing. It's those
Right.
little things that give you that little extra push. It's those little things that give you that calmness in the midst of crazy. So
Okay.
yeah, that breath, I'm waiting. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm trying to make sure. I think something just happened. What's going on? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping y'all can see us on the streaming platforms. It looks like it said the video went out,
No,
but you can still see it. All right. All right. See Erica over there checking. She fact checking. Yeah. I think they over here playing a
yeah.
game with me. That's what I think they doing.
I got today. We're not playing. I got a screen over here. I got the phone over here. I got
Yeah. We
two
ain't
of
gonna play with them today.
playing with y'all today.
I don't know what's going on, but they
I'm
don't be
trying to
playing with
stop
us.
blessings.
Okay, trying to stop us.
Yes. No.
But yeah, okay, there we go. We back. We back. Okay, I can see it now. But
Okay.
Erica says she can see it, so we good.
Hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this breath in because I know we have been talking. It's like me and Erica and got together like we old friends, and we just want to talk, 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 talk. But let's go ahead and get these breaths in. The first breath, I'm going to count it out. Remember, it's at a slower 5 pace. And then, ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming in, say hi, say hello, good morning.
Yes.
Give us something, show us some hearts, give us some
Hey,
thumbs
Miss
up.
Kiki.
You can do
Miss
us all
Kiki
the light.
Z.
Oh, come on, come on, come on
She
in.
already ready. I'm gonna shout you out, Kiki. That business.
Wait a minute, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure that I got you here because I want to bring you in as well. Hold on. Let
Well,
me
what
get.
I did was shared and did like a shared party and all that good stuff. So,
Oh, okay. So you're doing it.
but if you can tag me in and that works, that'll do it too.
So we're gonna do a little something. We're gonna see what it does.
Okay.
So did I hit you?
I see it. Share a link on your timeline. Yes, you
Okay.
did.
Okay. So I hit you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this first breath this morning. I'm going to count it out. It's at a slower 5 pace. And then what I want you to do is just think about those things. Yesterday is gone. Today is a new day. It's a new day to do something different, to be different,
Yes.
to
Yes.
solve the problem you couldn't solve on yesterday, right? So what we're going to
Exactly.
do on a count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in. I will count out this first one, but I won't count out the second and the third, but I will do my hand movements like I normally do. No, okay. But
Y'all
anyway,
know. Y'all know.
yeah.
In and
All right.
out.
On the count of 3, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blow it out. Blow it out. Yes. So I want you to shake your
Get
shoulders
rid of
out.
that. Get rid of all
Good.
that.
Shake your shoulders out. Give us a little Tina Turner action. Rolling, rolling,
And
rolling
for my
on
New
the.
Orleans bounce people,
Okay.
just
Ah.
get that
Ah.
out the way. Get that out the
Right.
way.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead with the second breath. And remember what we're doing. We're acknowledging that our life is important. We're acknowledging that we're important. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the count of three, we're going to take a deep breath in. But remember, this time I'm not counting, but I will do the hand movements. All right. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. Baby.
Whew. Yeah.
Shake a little something, shake a little something, shake a little something, shake a
I'll
little
feel it
something.
coming out you,
All right, ladies
coming
and
out the
gentlemen.
shoulders,
Come
coming
on.
on.
Yes. Let all
Yes.
this go. So you should be feeling a little warm and fuzzy. You shouldn't have any type of restraints. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot make it to 5, please do not continue trying and there's pain or anything going on. You go ahead and
Disclaimer.
get to number 2, you get to 2, you get to 3, wherever it is that you want to go, you get there and make sure that you're able to get there. But we want to acknowledge that our life is important. So I ask that you do that to the number that you can do it to,
Yes.
right?
Disclaimer.
All right. All right. So on this third breath, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we want to do. We want, at the end of this breath, we want to let the universe know that we acknowledge the problem, the issue, the concern, or the good stuff that's happening. And we want to acknowledge that we are here and that we're breathing, that we're living and we're thriving. So we want to make some noise. Now, look, Erica and myself, right? We are not responsible if you're at work or you're in the library and you start yelling like that and they come and tap you on the shoulder. We are not responsible. We just want you to know,
Disclaimer.
okay, look, we want you to take the breath, but we're not responsible. That's all. That's
Exactly.
all we say. That's all we
Not
say.
responsible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our last breath this morning. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And
Okay, okay. Woo. We ready. We're ready, ready, ready. All right.
yeah, we ready. We ready. See, look, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you do. Let the universe know that you are ready. Let the universe know you are taking control over every aspect of your life. You are the captain of the ship. You are the driver of that car. That's
Right.
all that we're asking that you do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all know, we love the peace and the blessings and all of that good stuff. Excuse me. However, we do like to do a little something extra. You know what I'm saying? And I like to call it the groove. That's what I like to call it, the groove.
Yes.
Hey, Nicole. Oh,
Hey, Nicole.
come
How you
on
doing?
now. Come on in. Come on in.
I can tell y'all something about that one. Woo! We got gumbo coming. Titan,
Come
we
on.
gotta get with her in a
Okay.
minute, Miss Nicole.
All right, Nicole. She say, if Erica say I got it, we got to get with you, then we got to get with you for sure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know we like to do a little something in the mornings after we've taken the breath and we've centered ourselves and we've got ourselves together. We like to do a little something called a groove. Mm. Anybody know what a groove is? I think I heard you say that you were ready. So if you are
I'm
ready,
ready.
are you ready, Erica?
Stay ready. Stay ready,
Ooh,
ready.
come on.
Stay ready, ready.
Oh, stay ready. Stay ready. Stay ready. Yes, indeed. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my last couple of my people told me that I'm neglecting them this morning, and I don't want to do that. And
No.
of course not. We never, ever want to do that. So yeah,
Exactly.
we don't want to do that. And let's see. And I think we are good. Let's see. Okay, and yes. I know y'all are like, okay, Titan, really? Look, we just trying to make
We
sure
got it.
I don't want to forget my peoples. All right, y'all. So y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what we like to do. My special guest today is going to get into it with me today, and so that's how we're going to do it. Y'all ready? I think I heard you say that you were ready. So if you are ready,
Mm-hmm.
let me clear my throat.
Clear
So
my
if you
throat.
are ready, let's get it. Let's go. City ta 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 ta. City ta 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 ta. Dat doom to doom dat doom to dat doom to doom dat doom to dat doom to doom dat doom T2P. Check us out. T2P. Check us out. Come on, Erica, get you some. Come on, Erica, get you some.
Hey. Oh,
T2P. Check us out.
hey. It's
T2P. Check
okay.
us out. T2P.
It's
Check us
okay.
out. Do
Hey.
that to doom
It's
to doom
okay to
that doom
say
to
yes.
that to doom to
It's
doom
okay
that
to
to
say
doom
yes.
that to doom to doom that
T2P.
T2P. Come on, say it one more time, America. Say it one more time.
T2P.
Check us
Let's
out,
go.
y'all. Check us out, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. You better, you know what,
Yeah.
Erica? You know what? When all this is over and done with, we're going to have to meet up together so we can be in the same space because we need to have some of that energy going
Yes.
from one another. That's
Yes.
what we need to have.
Y'all just have no idea. Like when me and this guy is together, y'all will swear we have been partners or friends or just together for years. It is something about our energy. I love the scat with him. Like that's my thing. I love to breathe because when I first met Titan and he started speaking about, just recognize your breath, just recognize your breath. That means take time. That means take
Mhm.
time, smell the roses if you understand that better. When he's saying recognize your breath, he's saying love on you for a minute. Think about you for a minute. So that
Yeah.
energy, when I first met him, it just made us connect. And I've been loving it ever since.
Well, thank you
Don't
so
start
much.
me.
I
Don't
appreciate
start
that.
me.
Okay, look, ladies
Hey,
and gentlemen,
Empress.
y'all show us some love. Y'all show us some heart,
Yes.
some thumbs up. Y'all show us
Nicole
some
bouncing
love.
with us. Get it,
Okay,
Nicole.
come
You
on,
dancing with us?
baby Nicole look like she over there dancing. So we're gonna have to make
Yes.
sure we have her on so she can dance. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to do is going to get into it. So I have my special guest, Erica Bolden. So I'm going to tell you a little history about us really quickly. Erica was a part of a great play that they were doing earlier this year, right?
Yeah,
Earlier this year.
pre-COVID
Yeah,
this
it was.
year.
We came onto the show when, like February,
Uh-huh. Possibly
January,
February.
February.
January, February. Mm-hmm.
And so the person that was putting on the play that was over the play, she wasn't able to make it, right? And
Yes.
so they sent Erica in her place. And so I was like, oh well, hey, send whoever you're gonna send. We're gonna be good.
Roll with the punches.
Erica walked in and we were in there just having a good old cackle and a good old time. And so I told Erica, I said, and this is what's funny. So I'm gonna tell y'all about the sandwich just in a second. But so me and Erica was just having a good old time. And then Erica was like, well, I don't know, if I was supposed to be here or not. And I was like, yes, you were supposed to be here
Oh,
for the reason that we actually had a good show. Like we just had a candid conversation
yeah.
and we just talked about everything and Erica was on it. So ladies and gentlemen, I had bought Erica this sandwich prior to her getting there because I contacted, I said, well, did you want anything? She was like, no. So I went ahead and I got a sandwich. It was a bacon, egg, and sausage sandwich, right? And so I put the sandwich in the middle and I asked her, did she want some water, some juice or something? And she was like, no, I'm fine. So I
Oh.
my sandwich out of the bag. This is pre-COVID, everybody. So don't be tripping
Yes,
on me.
yes. Don't be writing us and sending
Yeah.
no messages. It's pre-COVID.
Okay.
I made that
This is
statement earlier.
pre-COVID. So with that, I told her, I said, okay, so I got you something this morning. And so you can eat it, when you want. So we go through the whole interview, right?
Oh.
And we just talking and blah 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 blah. And then toward the end, Erica says, I was trying to be good and not eat the sandwich. And I said, baby, look, On this radio show, I am about to open this sandwich and you might hear me smacking. So look, ladies and gentlemen, so from that moment on, from the sandwich,
Huh, from the sandwich. Y'all pronounce it right.
from the
Sandwich.
sandwich going forward, me and Erica have been just like this, just like this. And I told her, I said, I said, I'm going to invite you back. I'm going to need you to come back on the show. And then since then, I've moved from the radio station to a podcast. But however, yeah, the
Yeah.
stomach still
And I know
remains.
if there's some listeners or some people on here that know me, like I see Everett and Nicole, probably even Kiki that know me, they are rolling because they know Erica is definitely a foodie. Just this past weekend, me and my brother went to visit my mom, and I was like, I'm
Mm.
hungry. I can't even say the things he said. All you do is eat. So when y'all know
And
me, know he brought that sandwich out, he had me. He
bruh,
had
look,
me.
and
I
then
had my representative out, you guys. I came in. She sent me to do a job on the radio. I was trying to hold it down for my girl. He gonna bring the kryptonite.
what?
He gonna
And
bring
then,
Erica's
and then,
kryptonite.
wait a minute, and then hold on though. And then did I not say to you, Erica, do you want another one? Do you want
He wasn't right, y'all. He was not right. And you know why he said, do you want another one, y'all? Because he
yeah.
seen me devour that. You need another one, sister? I was like, don't let the statue fool you, boo. I eat.
Okay. Look. You had came
I
in there.
eat.
You had came in there like first lady. You was all prim and proper, and you were trying to really be good for the radio. And I was over there saying, look, you in with the homeboy right now. We finna eat. We finna
Okay.
eat. And I
My
told her
girl
from that
Sonia had
interview,
entrusted me with a job. Sonia said, go do this job, Erica. I'm on my way. I'm going to do my job, Sonia. He brought the kryptonite.
yes indeed, yes indeed.
Food.
And then if we'd have had our way last week without the technical difficulties, you'd have saw the sandwich and everything else.
Okay.
You saw all of
You would
that.
have saw it because Erica was ready. Oh, she was ready.
Right there, that part.
Yes, that
So,
part, honey. So that's
okay,
our little
so
backstory, you guys, about
yeah,
us. We started our
yeah,
love affair over food.
over food. And if I do say so myself, that is a great place to start.
I totally agree.
You see all this experience?
Hmm. Don't make me stand up
You don't get
again.
all this experience by
All these
not eating.
curves. Look, curves to lumps to dangerous U-turns. I better sit down.
Wait a minute, Erica. I embrace it all. Bring it on. Bring it on. Because
Okay.
I don't think you have lived unless you've had some curves and some dents and some
There
dumps.
you go.
So,
Tell them
so
out there,
look,
Titan. Tell them. Tell them.
look. So you ain't live. You ain't live.
So
Don't come
y'all
over here talking about giving me
got
a
a
garden
curvy
salad.
girl.
Look,
Y'all see, we just have fun. We
okay,
really do.
that's what we do.
We
So
have a great
we
time.
gonna get to business. We're gonna get to business. We're gonna get to business.
Yes.
All right. So Erica, so my special guest today is Erica Bolden, and she's actually coming to talk with us about Black business, right? And then
Yeah.
also what the people need. Like, what do we need in this era of promoting and pushing Black businesses and organizations? And then how do we help um, individuals that are out there that need the help? What do we do in this aspect? So COVID has been bad, right? But COVID also has been good in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that it has allowed us to start businesses and start doing things for ourselves that we were not really thinking about doing before.
Exactly.
Um,
Opening up in other ways.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So what we
Creating
want to do,
new venues, creating
yeah.
new avenues to different things. So yes, I totally agree.
So I'm gonna say this, Erica, and then I'm gonna let you give them who Erica is and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna say this: if you are in COVID right now, in this moment, in this time, and you come out the other side and you don't have anything going for you other than the fact that you went through COVID, then I think it was a waste of your talent and the blessings that God has given you. Because the thing that we want to say is that here is a prime opportunity for you to make a change and to do some things. And so I think that with Erica saying what she's going to say today and talk about what she's going to talk about, it's a good thing for Black business for you to get out there and make something happen. Now is the time. After COVID is gone, is not the time. Now is the time. Get it done now so that when COVID is over, you're out there front and center. And then that
Exactly.
way you're able to go forward. So without further ado, it's Erica Bolden. And she's gonna introduce herself and tell you a little bit about herself. And then we're gonna talk about her business, her organization, what we're actually doing, what we can look out and see from her in the future, and all of that good stuff. Take it away, Erica.
Thank you. He is the best hype man and the best host, you guys. Energy is out of sight. First, good morning, Kathy. That's the lovely Kathy Tatum. She is
Hey,
wonderful. Good morning. I want to speak to her. She helps
yeah.
me
Good
so much.
morning, Kathy. Good
Yes.
morning.
So I am Erica. I am the founder of It's Okay to Say Yes, which is my nonprofit organization. And what we're about is helping those transition back into life. That means from if you're homeless, if you are seeking jobs, if you are just seeking food, shelter, any way that we can really help you, that's what we're here for. It could be just as little things as right now, a lot of people got displaced from different hurricanes we've had. So it might be clothing. Some people just called me yesterday,
Mm,
a family displaced, they need clothing, they're looking for shelter, of course. They're looking to start working, but anybody that needs help, that's what it's okay. It's okay came to me when I realized it was okay for me. It was
mm,
okay for me to realize that, you know what, I may not have made all the right decisions. Oh, I may have failed some things, but it's okay. You know why? Because God said you had to go through that in order to get where you're going now. So
mm.
now we're going to say yes to the new. Now we're going to say yes to all the good things that
All
I have
right.
planned for you.
You better
So
say
once
yes.
you're capable of saying, you know what, it's all right. Yeah, I did that. Because, sometimes we are our biggest critics. Besides, we have all these other people talking about, oh, I remember when I know you did this. Yes, I did.
Right.
Yes. But
Come on.
saying, admitting, getting it past you, that's your first step. Okay, Ann. It's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, I did that. Now watch this. Now watch
Right.
what I do
Right.
now. It's
Right.
okay. It's okay if you fall down. Say yes to your get up. It's
Yeah.
okay. I don't have a job right now. Say yes to your get up. Say yes to new. Say yes to yourself. I'm I'm good. As long as you can say I'm good and yes to the new and yes to the moving on, that's what we're about. Helping each other, helping people. We like to help the veterans, homeless, as well as, okay, you better go,
Look, look.
as well as young women, because I
Yeah.
have a love for young women. Because there was a time where I was a young single mother, and you know taking on the challenge of raising kids by yourself, possibly not having the job skills that you needed, or sometimes our youth is a little different these days. They are so used to doing everything social media till they sometimes lack the ability to communicate or verbally express themselves in
Mhm.
person. Right now, because of COVID, yeah, you might have an online interview, but what happens when you go and we start opening these
Mhm.
doors and you have to literally work in these environments? Sometimes we don't always know how to carry ourselves. Sometimes we go to work as if we're going to the club. No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's okay to say yes. That's okay, baby. That's okay for that. But I want to structure and build you up for your new, for your better. So it's okay have our hands in a lot of different pots, but that's how God gave it to me. So I
Right.
know a lot of times people say you should just focus on this. No, I'm gonna focus on what He told me. So
Mhm.
it's my veterans, it's my homeless, it's my young people, it's my mothers, and in any kind of way that He sends and directs me to help them, that's what I'm gonna do.
Exactly.
And I love it. I have a great board. I love my ladies.
Yeah.
Regina, Sean, Lisa, hello. I hope you're on or coming on. I love you guys. for always being there, support. I partner with a lot of great people. Kathy Tatum was one of the listeners on here. Is Collaborate Voices. Wonderful lady. She's always out there. She is working, but don't play with her.
Okay.
Don't play with her.
See,
Um, Keep Moving
look.
Ministries. I collaborate with them every Monday night. You may have seen some of my lives, some of the people. If not, I go out there and we give hot meals. We definitely give a word of encouragement, inspiring. Um, the CEO of that one is Pastor Evie Smith.
Okay.
Beautiful lady, beautiful. But again, don't play with them. I
Okay.
love them because they are so real. They are down there. If you meet these women, you're gonna be like, "Oh, they cute." Don't play with them. Pastor even tell you,
Exactly.
"Hey, I'm from the streets. Don't try to run me." But when I say she has the biggest heart, she is
Yeah.
out there. Sometimes, it could be a rainstorm. Pastor Evie gonna go find umbrellas for all the homeless that she can. You
Now
know,
that part.
um, Kathy is gonna be out there trying to pass out food, find you home, shelter. She's always in the know for things that they need. And I am blessed to even collaborate with those women on some of those projects. And I really want to get this out to everybody. One of my new projects, and Kathy's laughing because she know, don't play with her.
Okay.
The good side, don't mess with her though.
No.
Um,
No.
my new thing, or excuse me for thing, my new program
Mhm.
that we are launching is shower trucks. We
Oh,
are going to have mobile
nice.
shower trailers, and we're going to go out to the people and have them, let them shower. We're having this pandemic. We're talking about cleanliness. We're talking about being, hygienes and things like that. What about the homeless? Have you
Mhm.
ever thought about how they are having issues? How they
Right.
want to clean, how they want to be fresh. And a lot of times, people look down on the homeless or the veterans that are homeless or whomever is out there and say, well, why won't they get a job? How are they going to go get a job and they haven't even had a shower that day just to feel
Right.
good enough about themselves to
Right.
walk up to somebody and say, hey, do you need yard clean? Hey, do you need just a foot in the door? Hey,
Right.
I get to this fast food restaurant. I mean, and I'm using those examples as just the little things, that you think, oh, well, they can at least go get fast food, Walmart. How, people? Do you
How,
feel good when you
how
ain't
play?
in the
How
shower?
play?
Do you feel good when you not able to wash your face, brush your
Right.
teeth? So that is my next lunch. That is my thing. So please, I'm looking definitely for sponsors, donators, partners in this. You can reach me. I have social media. It's okay to say yes. Facebook. It's okay to say yes. Instagram. My email is info@oksayyes.org. Again, that's info@oksayyes.org. All lowercase. Please reach out to me, but we are going to get that
Mm.
done. It's okay to say yes. It's going to be like, it's okay. Come on in here and get this shower because that's a start to me. That's what God gave me. That is a start. That is, if I can get a shower, y'all know how good you feel when you get that good hot shower or that good hot bath and you feel rejuvenated. So please write in to me if you need more information of how to donate. We have Givelify app. We have PayPal. You just go to my website. It will be on there. Excuse me, my email website is in transition. It's in transition. It's down right now, but it's on the way. But that is the big forefront right now. I'm still working, like I say, with the homeless, with the feeding and the clothing. We gave coats away. We had that little cold front the other
Right.
week, and Pastor Evie found some coats. I went got some more coats. We got donations and got some more coats for them. It's just things like that. So
Right.
I definitely try to give out information whenever I hear about jobs, whenever I find jobs that may be willing to hire those who might have background issues,
Mhm.
no address issues, for
Right.
homeless and things of that nature. We do have some resources where they can get those things and have like an email address. You'll be surprised. They can get email. They can get a PO box if they just connect with us. So
Yeah.
it's okay to say yes. It's coming out, and we know we're going to be coming out with a bang. That is just one of the main forefronts of our program right now is our shower trailers. We're definitely trying to get the funds and the things to do to get these shower trailers because I think statistics says there's about 3.9 homeless here in Houston area, and that's also our surrounding areas. But when you're out there, it seems like so much more, so many
Yeah.
more. I'm like, who are
Yeah.
you really counting? Because I can go from the north to south to east to west and find people. And I'm
Mhm.
like, who are y'all counting? Are you only counting Tent City? Are you only counting near the beacon? Are you only counting downtown bus area? Who are y'all counting? Because East Houston have them. Further south, anywhere, everywhere. So I just want to be a help. I just want to be guided and led by God. And one of the things He gave me was definitely shower trucks.
Right.
So
Right.
we're here. We're in it to win it. As one of my mentors say, we in it to win it, and we're here to help. That is
Exactly.
exactly.
Exactly. So I want to say to everyone listening and watching, or who's going to watch this later or listen later, when we upload it to the podcast, what I want you to do is, if you can contact Erica, go ahead and contact her if you have a way that you want to contribute. Right, and we
Yeah.
don't say that you have to contribute the way everybody else contribute. But if you want to contribute and you want to do that, if you want to have any more information, you can also contact me here at the show. You can contact me directly at Titan Capri on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. And what I can do is get the information over to Erica. But this is what a lot of times what we don't say, but we do see, right? So we see people out there all the time that are homeless, that can't get work, that can't do this and can't do that, and we ride past them. And I'm not trying to dig at anybody. I'm not trying to dig at
Right.
anybody
Right.
because I've done it, and I've asked the question, just like Erica said. This was back in the day. Well, why
Yeah.
don't they just get a job? Why don't they just do this? But something simple as a shower,
And a
something
pair
as
of pants
simple
and a
as a
shirt.
shower,
Yep.
just to get your body clean.
Yes.
And somebody said one day we were talking, and I was like, because we used to go and give out, like around the holidays, we give out these meals, and they would have blankets, and they had this location downtown called Tent City, right? I
Yep.
don't know if you remember.
Still
You remember
there.
that?
Still
Yeah.
there.
And
Hey,
so
Charlotte.
I remember how the city was doing, Harris County in particular, was
Mm-hmm.
doing every time something happened. They were moving them out of the way. They were eyesore. They were this. But then what
Yes.
really, really got them to thinking was when about a couple of years ago, we had this real hard cold snap. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And it went down to like 20 degrees or something like
Yes.
that for like 2 days. And these people were outside,
In the
like,
elements.
exactly. So I'm not saying that we can solve or we can eradicate it in just one day.
Mm-hmm.
However, with your organization, Erica, and what you're doing, just a simple shower makes a
Yes.
difference. I remember having a class on how to go in and have an interview, what
Yep.
to
Yep.
wear. I
Yep.
remember somebody teaching me how to tie a tie, right? Like
Exactly.
certain things that you have that you got to work within the constructs of, or the confines
Be a
of.
mentor
Uh,
to them.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, to do that. So I wanted to say that, and then I wanted to go back to what something you said earlier about real people.
Mm-hmm.
So many times that I've been in spaces and places, and people have not been real, right? It's like a chore to them to do this, to do that. And me and you talked earlier this year, and I was saying that I love what it is that I do for my
Uh-huh.
community and for my just for my people, right? And so I
Yes.
think sometimes we don't necessarily understand what that means. You're right, Kathy, and I'm going to, yeah, I'm
Yes, that's
alluding
her.
to that, Kathy.
That's my girl.
Kathy said
Yes,
just because you're homeless doesn't mean you don't want to be clean, and that's
exactly.
true. And then not only that, and Kathy
Hey, Willie. Mhm.
making a good point, is that we don't know how they became homeless.
That's
We don't
right.
know
Stop judging.
what's going on in the back here. So we don't know that. And so what I've learned is that with organizations like yours and things like that, is that sometimes you have to go to the streets. We can be
Yeah.
in the boardrooms and we can say all day long what we're doing, but if we're not down in the trenches, and that's what I
Mm-hmm.
love what you said about real people. Like
Yep.
you, she said she from the streets. Don't play with her.
Don't play with her.
I tell people all the time, I give you mild mannered Clark Kent, but I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in Third Ward, Texas. So look,
She say that they put that pastor in front of her name and they forget
they forget
that she's human and don't
exactly.
do it.
Exactly. Don't play with me like that. So
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I love that. So let me go just one step back, further
Okay.
back.
Okay.
You said that basically you had to say to yourself it was okay to say yes.
Yes.
Can you tell us what was something that you had to really tell yourself it was okay to say yes to?
For me, just to be transparent to those here, I had to be okay with my past and who I am and who I was becoming. I
Okay.
had an issue with because we don't always see our own selves in the best light. And a lot of times we don't like to admit that we might have some mental things,
Right.
emotional things in ourselves that we're not ready to deal with or that we push behind. So I had to learn to say it's okay that you didn't graduate
Right.
from
Right.
high school.
Right.
Hmm. It's
Right.
okay that you was a teenage mom at 18.
Mm,
It's
right.
okay that there was a period that you was homeless.
Right. Come on.
Yeah, really putting it out there. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure some of my classmates or some people like, how could that have it? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay that I've stayed in a shelter waiting and hoping that housing would kick in and this, that, and that. I had to learn to be okay with me. I and to bring it up even now or forward, I had to be okay with a lot of people. Body shaming is real, but
Mm,
believe it or not, sometimes it starts with you because if
right.
you got it in your head that something's wrong with your body or something wrong with your face or something wrong with the way you look or something, I had to be okay with that. I had
Right.
to be okay with one of my affirmations is I'm okay with my body issues. I'm okay with my sense of style. I'm okay with me.
Mm,
I'm okay.
that
So
part.
I had to say okay to past mistakes. I have not lived a perfect life. I have a young lady on here, Myra Jackson. Myra Jackson to the hair color. Myra Jackson. She would tell our testimony sometime on the prayer line
Mhm.
and a prayer line that we both kind of attended. And I would literally be cringing on the other
Mhm.
end, going,
Right.
like, did she just put that out?
Right.
I had to say that's okay because that one thing there is going to bring another young lady out. So let me make you understand that one thing. I so called myself when I was younger, I'm going to go boost me some clothes. I'm going to go get,
Uh,
and to be honest with you, I was getting the clothes because I was a teenage mother and I was trying to go back to school
right.
and I didn't have money to get clothes. I didn't have it. So that's not no excuse. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's no
Yeah.
excuse.
No, no,
But
no.
I'm telling you the situation which
It's your
made me think,
story. It's your
oh, well,
story.
my friends do it all the time because I used to look at them like, are y'all serious doing this?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden I felt pressure of a need. You're going back to school. You ain't got no clothes. You bigger. You got a
Mhm.
baby now and you ain't got no money. So I'm going to go do that. Lo and behold, first time. It's always them first timers. But you know what? I thank God for the things that I went through, because that first time, you can't pay Erica. Don't be by me talking about you taking nothing. Don't when I look straight ghetto. Don't be by me. Don't
Okay.
you you got check. You
Look,
doing what? Cards. What? I freak out.
look,
Baby, he
Erica,
taught me a lesson. I freak out. You ain't got to worry about the police coming to get you, because Erica's gonna get you. I'm gonna put these
okay,
hands on you. You're gonna get away from me. They gonna wonder what happened.
okay.
She was over here doing stuff, and she was right here by me, and I couldn't handle that.
Look, Erica, two fingers and one word, peace. I'm out. I ain't
I'm
playing with
out.
you. I'm not
And if
playing.
you don't understand, I'm out, and you keep following me, I'm gonna box you out of here. Get gone. Get gone. Get gone.
Don't put them
And
hands
that
on
was,
them,
I had to be okay to say, you know
Yeah,
what, you made those mistakes.
yeah,
You have some errors in your life. A
yes.
lot of people don't understand, when we're looking, family rejection and abuse and high and homeless. Exactly.
Mhm,
Exactly. And that's an issue. That's Miss Kathy. Thank you, Miss Kathy. She said
mhm.
family rejection and abuse is high in homeless. So not being able to say, okay, you don't like me. Okay. Not being able to say, okay, you know what? My family is not dealing with me for whatever reason. They rejecting me. Sometimes we got to say, okay, and build ourselves up from that, because you can end up homeless because you have no family to turn to. You're jobless. Whatever the issue might be, you're only one step. A lot of us think, oh, we got it going on, but a lot of us is one paycheck away from being homeless ourselves. And then during this pandemic, you one unemployment check away from being. You're
You better
already
say
unemployed.
that.
Let's get
You
that
better
together.
do that
And
now.
then if they decide to do something with this unemployment, come on.
Okay, one check.
So you can't look at every situation. You got to
Right.
be, you know what? That's all right. Okay, I got to get up.
Yeah.
I got to go. And it's not
Yeah.
easy. So I try to look to partner with people that might have say some mental not institutions, but they have mental health.
Mhm.
Some foundations, some organizations deal with that portion as well, or you have resources out there. It's okay to say yes. I want to be a resource for everything. I want to be at least a contact point for everything.
Yeah.
You see
Indeed.
somebody with some mental issues, and in our culture, we don't like to admit that. Like we don't,
Right.
that's that. What issues? You better go pray, or girl, you better go sit down, take a nap. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with you. But
Yeah.
anxiety and mental issues are real out here, and they're
That's
even
real.
more increased when you have a stressful situation, when
Yes.
you're
Indeed.
sitting at home and you're looking at your kids and you don't have food or you don't have clothing and you're living with somebody and you don't know how long that's going to be. You have even more mental. People think, oh, they just cry. No, that's a stressful situation. Keep wondering and looking at your child hungry. That'll stress you.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
a mental situation.
Yes, indeed. Eric, I
And
want to say something.
go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead and
no,
finish.
it's just we need to bring awareness. I want to link up with people who have those resources as well. So,
Indeed. I just want to say this to you. Sometimes we think that we're just having conversations, and sometimes we think that our conversations are not courageous. And I just want to give you, I just want to give you props for even mentioning, even speaking on something that's so near and dear to your heart, because it took a lot, even now, it took a lot for you to even say that, because I can see it in your face, right? I can see it in your face. And so
whew,
what I want you to
God,
do, or what I want us to do, I want us to rally around Erica in this moment and just thank Erica for being transparent and
whew,
thank her for being who she is, because sometimes we need that honesty, that truth, for the person sitting all the way in the back. The
yes,
person sitting
yeah,
all the way in the back that thinks that somebody that looks like them, or
hmm,
somebody that has the same issues that they have, will not speak up and not talk about what's going on in this
yes,
in this time frame where we have so much time to ourselves now. We are rethinking, fact checking, going back and forth about who we are, what we are, and things like that. So I just want to say to you, as a black man honoring a black woman, um, Thank you for that. Thank you for that, because a lot of times we
Thank
don't say thank you for
you.
being
Yeah.
that way. Eric, I've been down some of the paths that you've been down. A lot of times people look at you now and they
Yeah.
say, how could that ever be? And when you
Yeah.
said that, I was like, oh, snap. I said, Erica trying to make me drop a tear this morning. This is not look. But but I just want to say
As the
thank
people
you.
say,
I
you
just
see
want
my
to say
glory, but you don't know my story. And they don't know your story because we don't want to be vulnerable in front of people. I have
exactly.
always had a problem with being vulnerable. And I'm telling you, with the way God is transitioning me, I was telling somebody the other day, I really don't like how God doing this. I ain't no punk, man. Because you couldn't be no punk coming through the things I
Right.
came through. So
Exactly.
now, sometime when something happens and God shows me something, or He just showers His love on me in some kind of way, I cry. And
Right.
to be honest with you, I get mad at myself. What you crying for?
Look,
Like,
look,
I feel
I'm
like a
gonna
big
give
old
you
baby, and I'm like,
look,
I ain't used to
Eric, I'm
that.
going to give you one of your own sayings. It's okay to say yes to the vulnerability. It's okay to say yes to the emotions. Because I'm going to tell you, Erica. Remember, me and you were talking, and I said, Erica, I don't know what's happening. Every time I turn around, I'm dropping tears. I don't know, like I'm just so
Yeah.
I'm so full of emotion. But
Yes.
when you look at it, that's the blessing, because
Yes.
somebody out there sees you, right?
Hmm.
Even when you break down and you're like, you know what? But I'm here. When
Yeah.
when when I say acknowledge your breath, it was
Yes.
hard for me to breathe before I stood up and
Ooh.
told my story. And I remember telling you, I was like, Erica, it was hard. It's hard for me to stand up and tell you that I'm a black gay man who's HIV positive.
Okay.
It's hard to say things like that. But what
Mhm.
I've learned, and you just said it, what God has done and what the universe has done is opened up a avenue, a
Yep.
lane for me that I didn't have before, because I
Mhm.
wasn't telling the truth. And so I've
Yes.
had so many younger individuals come to me, and older come to me and say that, in some form or fashion, they've told me what I've done for them. But on the flip side, it's what they've actually done for me, because they've accepted me for who I am. So I
Yes.
I know I'm going on a little bit, but I want to come back to that
Oh,
and say, Erica, thank you for that, because so many times we stand in these spaces and places and nobody knows what we're going through. We're
yeah.
crying on the inside, we're hurting on the inside. We probably had just
Tell the
got
truth.
off the bus from from the shelter to
Tell
even
the
get to
truth.
where we are, right? I used to catch a bus for 2.5 hours almost, all the way across town, right? Just so that I could make ends meet, right? And
Mhm.
a lot of times we don't like what we do, but we do it because, again, we are people, we have family, we have
Yeah.
children, we got to make ends meet. So
Yes.
I'm gonna get off that bandwagon, but I just want to say kudos to you for being transparent about
Thank
that.
you.
And
Thank you so
then
much.
and then I can understand why it's okay to say yes, basically, is what you are actually doing. It's your
My
honor
baby.
badge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It is. And definitely shouts out to Dr. Sneed, which was my professor,
Mhm,
and she shut down class one night for me, and I had
mhm.
no idea what was going on with me and those
Right.
emotions and those things. And it's okay to say yes was birthed that night in class,
Mhm.
and that professor prayed me through, pat me through, tissued me through, and she was like, "Baby, you all right." And once it's like you said, once you start releasing, once you
Yeah,
start walking in that thing and saying Titan is, and I
yeah.
start saying Erica is, and it's
Right,
okay,
right.
it's okay. The stronger you become, the things that people think they can bring up or talk about you for, or you was, it don't even phase you no more. It's like, okay,
You know
okay,
what's funny, Erica? You know what's funny? Bullying and being nasty about what's going on in your life, if you're not rich enough, if you don't have enough money, if you don't have this, you being bigger, just all this ridicule and stuff. And I so think back, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't want to tell anybody this. I didn't want to tell anybody that.
Mm-hmm.
I became HIV positive. I didn't, because I felt that I had let people down and stuff like that. And what I realized is that, and I don't know who this is for out there in the land to this morning, but whoever that is right there, uh,
Yeah.
this is for you because it was put on my heart to say this, is that what else can they actually do but talk? What else
Exactly.
can they actually do? They cannot control you. They cannot control who you are. Now, you can control how you react to what they're
Mm,
saying and what they're doing. But this is what I want to tell you. God did not put you on this earth for no reason
that part.
whatsoever. You are not a mistake, right? You are
Right.
not a mistake. You are not somebody that was just dropped here just because. There is a reason that you are here. And until
Yes.
you find out what that reason is, you cannot let somebody take you to a space or a place to that darkness and leave you there, right? Remember that you are light. Remember that darkness will not conquer you if you have just a smidget of
Of
light.
life.
Now,
Dark can't exist.
come on, you
It
hold on
cannot
to that.
exist.
You hold on
And
to that.
you are that light.
Come
You
on,
you the light.
come on,
That's the thing. You are the
come on.
light.
So,
You just gotta stop dimming your own light. Turn that bad boy up. Do you know? Have you ever seen the 3 watt lights? You go to 75, 100, 150. You better turn that
yeah,
bad boy to 1,000. Let's go. Let's
indeed.
get it.
Indeed.
It's
And
okay.
I
No,
so say that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, what me and Erica are saying is that you were not a mistake. You were
that's right.
supposed to be here. It's okay to say yes. It's okay to say yes to your healing. It's okay to say yes to your journey. It's okay to
Yes.
say yes to your blessings and not
Yes.
feel like that. And I'm going to flip it really quickly. You saying it's okay to say yes is sometimes you saying no. Is you saying no. It's okay to
Gems. He's
say yes.
dropping
It's you
gems and
saying no.
nuggets.
Come on, because a lot of times what we do is we say yes to everything because we feel
Uh-huh.
God's way. We feel that's the way that we should go. The
Yeah.
reality of it is sometimes your blessing is in saying no because you've
Mm-hmm.
already said yes. And
Yeah.
here come these people, here come
Yeah.
these things that are going to take you off your journey, take you off
Mm-hmm.
the road,
Distraction.
and you
Straight
gotta be able
distraction.
to understand. So
Erica,
I,
you hear
I
that? He talking to you.
come on. Look, like I say all the time, I don't know who this is for, and I always point to whoever that is out there. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, you are not a mistake. You're not a mistake. If you are here on this earth, you're here for a reason. And if you really look back on your life, like Erica said earlier, she looks back and all
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that she went through is for what she's going through right now.
Yeah.
It's for what she's making right now. Because Erica can't tell you about being homeless or trying to boost if she's never done it, right? She's
Right.
never done it. So yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah,
good right there. Right
yeah.
there.
Oh,
That's it. And I
yeah,
try to tell people I can't talk to women if I didn't go through some of
yeah,
these things.
yeah.
Reason why I have the ability to talk to you about some things because I done made plenty of mistakes with men in
Mhm.
relationships, in life, with kids. You know, learn. That's one thing we are missing in our black community. You know, you used to sit at grandma's feet when she
Right,
let you, but
right.
when she let you, 'cause when they say grown folks talking,
Okay.
you better scat like the lights turned on like a roach here. But you used to sit at her feet when she allowed you to, and
Yes,
that's where you got the understanding. And
yes.
nobody wants to listen to them. Oh, just because it happened for you, don't mean it's gonna happen for me like that. True, true in some instances. But if
Hmm.
you doing the exact same thing that that person did, no, the results the same. The
Indeed.
results will be the same. What we're here to do is try to help those,
Yes.
help guide, lead you. Don't make this mistake. Don't
Yes.
go down this path. This path ends up homeless. This path
Right.
ends up with no money. This path end up without a job. This path could end you in a dangerous situation. Listen to your elders. Everybody is not to be listened to, but you know, It's something in here that says, you know what, that was good for my soul. Like Kathy said, I applaud you both this morning because much needed convo.
Thank you.
Listen to the correct conversations.
Yeah.
And y'all know what that is. If you got enough sense to say, oh, it's not for me and that's not for me, you got enough sense to know when it really is. And
Right.
just take those gems, take those nuggets and cherish them. Because we don't have a lot of grandmas no more telling us like Big Mama used to.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, Erica, not only that, sometimes you got to be present.
Yeah.
Sometimes you must be present. Sometimes we go to these events, we go to
Uh-huh.
these churches, we go to these places, and we are not present. We are somewhere else. We're physically standing there, but we're somewhere else. And I tell people all the time that
Have to be in a moment.
they always tell me all the time, Erica, they be like, okay, y'all leave Titan alone because he's in the moment right now. Look, I didn't travel all this way to miss whatever my blessing is.
Come
So
on.
I need to be in the moment and be present. And so I tell this, I was talking to my nephew the other day, and I told him, I said, you got to be present. You have got to be present. If you're not present, you will miss something. And you don't think that me and Erica sitting here this morning, right,
Mm-hmm.
was not destined. There was something in this that needed to happen, and
Yes.
that's the reason it happened. This is
Yes.
the reason why it didn't happen last week, for
Yeah.
whatever the reason
Yeah.
may have been. And I think sometimes we have to really understand is that when you show up in a space or a place, it doesn't mean that you just have to be a number, right? It means
Mm-hmm.
that there's something there. I truly believe that. I truly think I've been blessed beyond means because I
Yes.
have this I'm an empath, so I have this feeling like when something is
Going to
going
happen.
wrong or going right
Yeah.
or I need to be there. And so a lot of times I wouldn't go places or do things because we talked about this, Erica,
Uh-huh.
because I was ashamed of what it was that I had going on with my life. And then when I had that meditation, that prayer moment, and what I got back was, I'm not done with you yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. So when I go into these spaces and places courageously, I'm
Yes.
I'm paying attention because there's something there for me. And that's
Exactly.
what I believe that you are doing exactly with It's Okay to Say Yes. There's
Yes.
something there
Thank
for
you. Thank you.
somebody,
For
right?
somebody. Yeah.
And then not only that, you are walking testimony. So here it is again,
Here
right?
I am.
Erica ain't
Mhm.
doing nothing today, but just sitting and chilling and having a conversation with a friend this morning.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
from that conversation and from our viewers and our listeners, the blessing comes. Now, again, me and Erica just having a conversation.
Thank
That's
you.
it. That's it. So I just
Mm.
want to say thank you, Erica.
Yes.
We're not going just yet, but
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for everybody that's commenting. Thank you for those that have rallied around Erica, lifted her up,
Thank you.
supported
Thank
her,
you.
and all of that. Because, like Kathy stated, Jesus' whole birth, the village said that he shouldn't be here for no virgin, but it did not change his heart. So
Exactly.
so you have to understand like what's going on. A lot of times we are put in predicaments or places or spaces to where we figure we have no business being. Why
Right.
am I
Right.
here? What am I here for? And then somewhere down the
You're
road,
qualified to be
somewhere
here.
down the
Questioning
why
yourself.
why she here?
Doubt
Why is
yourself.
she here? But somewhere down the road, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh,
That's
okay.
why.
Oh, that's what that was for, right?
Ooh,
Because he was so small and I wasn't
happened to me
present
last
in
week.
the moment, I didn't see it. But
Mm-hmm.
there's always a reason. So, Erica, tell us this. Tell us this.
Yes.
What do you hope to gain or to have with It's Okay to Say Yes? What's your hope or what's your prayer?
My prayer is that we reach a point in Houston where we have grown so large that my vision is not one trailer, not two trailers, but several trailers.
Mm,
I also see in my vision that we will have a building in order for those to come in and
Right.
get to have a connection of the resources.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for housing here, come over here. Here's the applications. Here's where you go. Here's just a whole complete resource unit.
Right.
Having training rooms to train people. And I know it still seems old or not as hip, but you fail to realize how many people out there still do not know how to do resumes. Our young women that might not know how they're virtual resumes now,
Yeah.
you know. They need
Yeah.
to get hip on those virtual resumes. They need to get hip. You have interviews or that are like this now. So you need to know what kind of lighting. Don't talk about my lighting. I left it at work. What type of lighting you need to have, what you need to wear, how you need to position. There's
Right.
a lot more. I want to have the resource and the building for those people to come in. Um, wow. Okay, Jesus,
Yeah.
let's go. Uh,
Yeah.
this is one of my visions. I have not spoken. I don't know why you bring the little transparency out of me, but you said something earlier about when we had those very bad cold snaps of 20 degrees and
Mhm.
lower for a couple of days. Well, not only do I want shower trucks, but I want sleeper buses or like sleeper vans. So I plan on having a unit where people can come in. And I haven't worked it all out yet. They have these sleeper chairs or they have these cots. But when I seen the sleeper chairs, I can put more people in them. So
Ah,
get them off the street for that night. Sometimes our shelters overflow, and sometimes they have to
mhm.
turn some people away.
Right.
If
Right.
I can have a super bus to put some in just for that night, and maybe even feed, we have some food, some sandwiches. I don't care, just to get them off the street for that night, because
Right.
you will be surprised around the city. At least people downtown. That's unfortunate. Sometimes they have shelters they can go into and they would accept.
Mhm.
But say on the east, the north, south, outer areas, they don't always have that. So that's one of my goals, and I see us definitely being a forefront runner in the city of Houston, and not only stopping there. I want to go out when you see
Yeah.
other people, other cities, possibly say setting up shop in other cities that need help.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm not stopping here. This is just the beginning for me. God has given me a lot of ambition, a lot of goals, and I know with His help, I will be able to accomplish those.
Indeed.
So um, I rebuke
Yeah.
any naysayers right now, because I could just right
Yeah.
then it was like, she doing too much. I rebuke that. So
I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
definitely
Yeah,
going
I
forward.
think that's good. And don't get me wrong.
Kathy, that's because you are a co-host.
Okay, okay. Come on, Kathy. I just met
Yeah,
you today, but you show right. You can co-host. Come on.
exactly, exactly.
So I want to say thank you for that. I to it's one thing to have a dream or to have a thought process in that and know that it takes some time for these things to happen and for them to go forward. However, it's a whole nother beast to stay in it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Regardless of what happens and so forth and so on. So let me know what's going on. Let me know how I can help. If you have something going on, if you're feeding the homeless, if you're doing anything like that, let me know so I can post on the actual Thought to Ponder and let people
yeah,
know that they can donate, that they can give.
please.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, look up Erica and what she's doing. It's okay to say yes. She's on social media, on Facebook.
Mhm.
Um, Look her up. Also, earlier in the show, I put her email in info@okaysayyes.org.
Our
Um,
phone number too.
okay,
You can
okay.
reach us
Yes,
at
ma'am.
281
Uh-huh.
670 5946. So hit us up, call, whatever.
Okay, it's okay to
Yeah,
say.
that's 281 670 5946.
And there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Now,
All
I
right. So,
definitely
go
want
ahead.
to talk about some of our businesses, because we got our little list. I
Yeah.
definitely want to recognize
Yeah.
some of these
So,
lovely, lovely people.
okay,
Oh,
so yes, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that right before we close out. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are a couple of things we normally do a part of our show each week where we have three things that you that Black people should Google. Now, I know, we always talk about stop Googling everything, don't Google everything, but this is what we like to do. So, three things that this week that I would like for us to Google, right? Number one, we already talked about Monica Roberts, right? We talked about her legacy. She passed away last week. We want to make sure
Yeah.
that we honor her. So Google Monica Roberts, um, Google the trans griot. Okay. I'm going to put her information in here, Monica Roberts.
Come on to
Um,
the control on here.
okay, and then the trans griot. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, I think. Okay. All right. So Google her, and then also the trans griot. So she had this blog. She had this great way to tell you. Um, you know what? Let me do this really quickly because I want people to. Uh, okay. So basically, what it said was that a griot, right, which is Griot, a griot basically was an important person of the culture. They were a part of the culture and social life of the village. Their main job was to basically tell stories or give background and let you know about things like that. They were entertainers of storytelling, right? But if you know anything about Monica, what she did was she had the trans griot, and the trans griot told the stories of these trans women that were being murdered. She wanted to give them a face. She wanted to be on the front line and fight for their rights and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. We have got to understand how important it is that Black Lives Matter, all Black Lives matter,
Yes.
and all Black lives can't matter until trans lives matter as well. So she was a big person in the fight. Uh, like I said, from Houston to the Hill to the Capitol, she was always fighting. She was always someone that was on the front lines and making moves and making things happen. So number one, Monica Roberts, Google her and find out about her with the trans griot.
Yeah.
Number two, what I would like for you to do is to Google Black opera singers, right?
Uh-huh.
Black opera singers. We have so many Black, um, um, powerful, uh,
Yes.
um, iconic singers that we know nothing about. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people think that opera is not something for Black individuals, but what I want you to do
Or
is
people with
to
color. Mm-hmm.
color to Google Black opera singers, and I think you'll be glad that you did. You'll be glad that
And
you did.
surprised.
Exactly. And then, lastly, because it is early voting, right? I want you to Google voting, early voting. I want you to Google your vote, anything dealing with vote. I want you to Google that. And the reason being is because we're in such a situation right now, or a entanglement, as a Jada and an entanglement that we don't know. I did early voting. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let the lines fool you. Right now, during this pandemic, the lines are going to be long because we're social distancing and we're being 6 feet apart. So the line that looks like it's wrapped around the corner, it probably is a short line because just because we're 6 feet apart, it looks like that. It
Yep.
took me less than 15 minutes to go in and vote. Less
Me
than
too.
15 minutes to go in and vote. I
Yep.
want to say it one more time. Now is not the time for you to say, I don't want to vote. I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to do this. If we're going to have 4 more years of 45, hmm, Lama lama demon lama sama lama demon lama sama lama. So, I
Ooh,
need y'all to get
Jesus.
out and vote. I need y'all to get out and vote. Okay. Google voting. Google black votes. Google voter suppression. Like you need to know what's going on around you so that you can understand why we are fighting so hard for you to vote and why we are trying to do what others have died for us.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So please
definitely.
make sure. So three things: Monica Roberts,
Mm-hmm.
black opera singers,
Mm-hmm.
and
Early
you can do
voting.
black opera singers because they're female and male, right? But you can do
Yes,
black opera singers. But I know that there's a slew of females, black females that are
mm-hmm.
iconic in opera that we know nothing about. And lastly, your vote, your black vote, your vote of color, voter suppression, all of that good stuff. Google
Exactly.
those things, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want, you say Google may not give you everything, but everybody goes to Google. There's a
Yes.
lot going on in this world that we
It's
know
a
nothing.
great starting point, you
Come
know.
on,
It's a
come
great
on,
starting point.
come
And
on.
if you feel like it's not giving you everything, go to the library. That's like almost an ancient history thing. Go to the library. The books are there to give you.
Oh,
And just to piggyback on the black opera singer, if y'all Google some black opera singers, you will find a gem right here in Houston, Texas. A very special one
yes.
that's, like I said, has roots here in Houston, all in our HBCUs, and was very famous overseas. So Google that. It is some good information, some good gems, some good nuggets. Just thought to ponder.
Yeah,
Hmm.
indeed. Now, come on, thought to ponder.
Thought
All
to
right, ladies and
ponder. Black
gentlemen.
opera
Yes,
singers.
yes, ponder black opera singers. I
Yeah.
love opera. A couple that I know off the back, and then one that you told me about last week. But Jesse Norman, Kathleen
Hmm.
Battle,
Hmm.
these were women that were doing opera in times where they didn't want us on stages and didn't
Oh,
want us
yes.
in these playhouses
Yes.
and these bill houses. So, ladies and gentlemen, do go there. And then our very own Houstonian, right,
Hmm.
is right here. And I'm sorry, Erica, what's the name again?
Her name is Bernadine Oliver.
Okay. Bernadine Oliphant, right here, our very own. There's a lot in this world that we don't know, right? There's a
Yeah.
lot. Just like we didn't know that Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen were sisters right here from Houston. We didn't know that. Like those of us that didn't grow up watching them, all of a sudden they were like, oh, they were sisters. Oh, they were from Houston, right? Very
Hmm.
own TSU, very own Jack Yates, very
Yeah.
own Barbara Jordan, all this stuff that
Debbie Allen started her dance career. Look, her
yeah,
majorette as
come
a
on.
Jack Yates Lion, she was a majorette. Yes, she was. She's a
See,
majorette with my godmother. Hi,
see,
mommy. She was a majorette
right.
with my godmother.
A
Hmm.
lot of times we don't know these things. So that's why we do the three things that black people should Google, right?
Yes.
Just to kind of give a little information out there. And the more you know, the more powerful you become. So that's what I believe in that.
Such a
Now,
true statement.
before we get out of here, we are talking about black business, right?
Yes.
And we want to shout out, we want to talk about some black businesses. And I'm going to lend it over to Erica and let her talk about these black businesses, bring them up. And some black businesses you should look up. You should
Yeah,
look up. Now,
definitely.
this is what I want to say all the time. I tell people all of this. This is just a disclaimer that we have, right? What we like to do is highlight good business, right? Now we
Yes.
can't say that the business is going to be good for everybody that
Attends or go.
or go to the business, but what we like to do is highlight businesses that we have been to, that we know of, and just give them a chance to be able to just be. Right
Yeah.
now, we need to focus more than ever during this pandemic on these black businesses. I'm not saying you can't focus on anything else, but I'm saying give them a chance. Give
Yes.
them a chance. Know that they're out there, and that's what we wanted to do today. So, Erica, take it away.
Thank you, Titan. We want to talk a little about can y'all still see me?
Yeah.
Okay. We want to talk a little about some of our black businesses. Now, I want to definitely mention a new black business that we have. It is LNN Internet Radio, which stands for Legal News Network Radio. I am very proud of that particular one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hold on one second. So LNNR.
Yes, it's LNN, which stands for
Okay.
Legal News Network, and
Okay.
it is a internet radio station. You can download the app, iPhone or Google. The apps are ready to go. Um, they Well, what they like to do is, of course, focus on the news, but it's not only news. They also have what's going on in the communities. They have
Mhm.
community news. They have it's R&B and jazz is the music in between, so it's not just all talk. It's actually a radio station where you can get
Okay.
all your contemporary, all your jazz, all your R&B. But we also would like to focus a lot on things that happen in news, on things that happen in the community. We even have entertainment. Titan, I want to talk to you about that. We even have
Mhm.
entertainment such as you guys are a little young, so you might not remember when radio was the only thing you had. So people would do skits and things like that over the radio.
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
now you hear like the newer version is like the Uncle Tommy's, they laugh
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
joke,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
what's happening at the court. So we will have our own version of that. And I am one of the lovely hosts. My show is called It's Okay to Say Yes. I will be on Tuesdays. I'm going to start in November, actually. Broadcasting and doing my shows then. So LNN is also Black owned, Black operated, and we're very excited. It's very new, but we're looking forward to all the opportunities to just being out there in our community, working with people, and seeing what we can offer with the news. Let you know the
Indeed.
news from a
Indeed.
different point of view.
I like the sound of that. I
Yes,
like that.
to the news from a different point of view. So
Okay.
yeah, we're very excited. And
Mhm.
I also want to talk a little bit about our our finances. Do you guys know that we represent 1.3 $1.3 trillion? That is a lot. That means we are important. That means our dollar counts. That means our dollar matter. That is why if we start putting back into our community, back into our Black businesses, back into our sales. That's what you're doing. You're bringing your money back to your sales. We do have Black institutes out there that are doing very well, and we need to start patronizing them because 1.3 trillion, y'all know, just like anybody else, if you want somebody attention or if you want to not so much hurt them, but grab their attention in a certain way, mess with their money.
Mhm.
Same goes for America. Take your dollars elsewhere. Take
Yeah.
your dollars from one store to another store and see what happens. If
Right.
you don't believe it, look at the gas stations on the corner. If they think that business is getting too much, all of a sudden they didn't drop their gas 2 cents. And where the gas people start coming, well, it's 2 cents
Right.
cheaper. It works the same way with us. We have to know our worth, our ability,
Mhm.
how much we put in. Know your worth. What was her name? Lisa, Lady Lisa. Y'all better know her. She got lovely apparel. Lady Lisa, know your worth. She even have apparel
Yeah.
for men as well. But I wanted to touch on a few things. So just little facts, y'all, just a little fact check. So there's $54.4 million that we spend in, of course, y'all know, our looks, our beauty, our hair care, things of that nature. Total spent is 63.5.
Hmm.
We spend 85% of that money. Us.
Right.
People of color is spending 85% of the money in that area alone. So when we're thinking about businesses, when we're thinking about what we want to do, we need to think about, okay, well, I know a good avenue is hair, healthcare, any kind of makeup line or something. So when you're thinking about businesses, Titan touched on a little bit earlier. When you're sitting and you're not able to do some things or you are in this pandemic, those are some of the things you probably could have been focusing on. Another one that we are kind of high in is lady fragrances. Another thing that I noticed, we love water, bottled water. Black communities or people with color, we spend $810.3 million in bottled water. Now, I do know of some bottled water companies out there. I had wrote them down. Jesus. We have black owned bottled water companies now.
Yes.
Start researching them. Start putting some of that 810 million into them and building our own. You know, these are some of the areas that we can make a good
Yes.
effect to, you know, and
Yes.
not only a good effect, but coming back to ourselves, some of the other things. I didn't know we chewed gum so much in the black community. That seems a little funny, but I didn't know we chewed as much gum.
Come on.
Here are I'm just telling y'all some things, some shelf life. We love seasonings, spices and seasonings.
Come
We
on.
contribute 16% of that. In dollar wises, you guys, 430 point million in
See.
seasoning. You know how we always teach. Y'all know some of our other brothers and sisters, we always like, girl, you need to put a little seasoning in that. They're not. So when you see our black institutes that have their barbecue stands, or a lot of our barbecue places do create their own seasonings. Now you
Yeah.
have other lines of seasoning. This is ways of putting that money back because we're spending it. It shows, fact check shows that we are spending
Mhm.
that money.
Yeah.
So you're looking for a business, start looking at what we spend our money in, and then start using your creative juices that way. So you can start, you know
Exactly.
what? I know there's a market. Don't recreate the wheel. Just get you a spool in it and start going too.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
we trying to recreate. We just trying to get a piece of the pie because
Yeah.
we see that our pie is going. We spend so much money on things that me and toiletries, y'all in there too.
Hmm.
62 million. Men like to smell good, look good too. You would be surprised. And those are some of the things when you start researching and you're thinking of businesses, or you're thinking of, look and
Yeah.
see where the black dollar is going.
Yeah.
1.3 million is a lot. Look and see, and that'll give you some ideas of what you can do. But as a whole, like me and Titan was saying earlier, you definitely want to start going to your black businesses.
Yeah.
Businesses,
Yeah.
as we always say, we want you guys as well to please be on your A game.
And then not only that, Erica just said something. So here's another thing too that you can do. So what if you don't want a business? What if you don't want
Uh-huh.
to do that? You can be a silent partner. You can
Right.
be somebody that invests in a business. So go check out
Right.
these black businesses, and if you see something in them, figure out what's going on. But what Erica just did was research. You need
Mm-hmm.
to know where the money is going, because there's no reason for you to do that. Somebody just said last night that they haven't wanted for a meal since this pandemic started. And I was saying to myself, you know what? I did pretty good, but I'm gonna tell you, I got my hands like in four things. like I got, like like you get a job and you get a job and you get a job. Like I'm doing it, cross referencing, cross supplying, doing. But
Yes.
thing, Erica
Yes.
stated something. Think about that trillion.
Yes.
1 trillion. Have you ever?
1.3 trillion.
We
Nobody
think
said million or billion.
come
Half of y'all don't
on.
even know how many zeros that is.
That's what I'm saying. We think you're the best when you're a billionaire. Trillion.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the money is out there. The business
It
is out
is.
there. The only thing that I'm going to say to this, and me and Erica talked about this earlier, do good business. If you
Yes.
do good business, it will not matter if your business is black or not. If
Right.
you do good business, if you build it, they
Good
will come.
business. Do
They
good
will
business.
they will
Do
come.
good
So
business.
look it up, ladies and gentlemen. And then if you want, here's another thing to Google. Google black businesses or Google how to start a business.
Uh-huh. Do your
A lot of
homework.
people do not know. You
Do
you
your
got
homework.
ideas, but you don't know how to actually go ahead and make them into reality, right?
Right.
You got to do that. There are legal things, there are things that are going on. And then please, 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 black businesses, know at the end of the year your business is no different with taxes.
Right.
black
Keep those
businesses
books in
under.
order, please.
Exactly. You got to know your finances.
Yes.
A lot of business have went under because
Get
they
you a
did not.
CPA. Get your CPA or something,
Yeah, yeah. And so Erica's telling you, know your business. And there are black
Mhm.
CPAs out there.
Yes.
There are black attorneys. There are black things.
Yes.
So y'all um, find the things that will help your business grow.
Grow
First thing
and
you
maintain.
have to do, exactly. The first thing you have to do is build a foundation. You
Right.
cannot build a foundation if you don't know. Do your
Right.
research and know what's going on. Because Erica then gave y'all some gems. So, ladies and gentlemen, go check out these black businesses, LNN, Legal News Network, coming up. Now, again, what
Yes.
I want to say to you all is that
And
we're
I have a
telling
few
you,
more, Titan. I want to definitely
okay,
shout out.
sure. And so what we're saying is you go and check it out, right? You go and find out for
Please.
yourself and make sure, okay?
Yeah.
We want you to do the research. We want you to go to that. Just because me and Erica are saying check them out, that doesn't
Uh-huh.
mean that it'll work for you per se, but at least
Right.
go and check it out and see. Go ahead, Erica.
Right. Okay. So here's a couple of people that tagged, and if you missed them or need to find out more information, just please go to Erica Bolden Facebook and look under Titan
Mhm.
to Thought to Ponder, and you will see a lot of them have their tag or their business. We definitely have Miss Latrice. It is LSJ Weddings Events. I've seen her. She does excellent work. Again, the nonprofit of Keep Moving Ministries. Dr. Evie. She also does notary and tax services. You have H&H Apparel and Accessories. I know she does a lot of T-shirt, all type of accessories. And then our lovely Kathy Tatum was on with us today. She has her hands on a little bit of everything. You definitely need to check her out for her oils and essentials and everything like that. She's into the health. So if
Okay.
you're into the health market, definitely check her out with her essential oils. I love Miss Kathy. She is such a help. We have Lavish Appearance. Now, we were talking about how much we spend in the beauty market, right? This is a black owned beauty supply. I visit her quite a lot. When the pandemic had us really, really shut down, this young lady was not only delivering if you needed it delivered, she would ship it to you. Whatever, if you drove up to her establishment, they had curbside service. It is called Lavish Appearance.
Okay.
Please look her up. She has the laces, she has the whatever you need. A young, like this young lady is, not to give all her business, she's only in her 30s,
Hmm.
own black hair business. And I'm very proud of her. Please look up Miss Tanique Guillory. She is the G Shop Custom Cakes. She is also a Custom Cake Award winner. She recently won a big cake designing show. It was all on the news. She did the Black Lives Matter. We also have L&S Cleaning Service. She's very good. I use her as well. Black owned furniture store. He has beautiful furniture. His name is Herman Burton. Furniture Experience. Trust me, this guy will work with you. He has beautiful deals. Of course, we have Akeisha Harris with Parazzi Accessories. Y'all check these people out.
Yeah.
Nicole, I was telling you earlier about Nicole. She is Foodie Queen. Foodie Queen, we got that gumbo. She has so much good food. She do food prep, catering.
Mhm.
She comes to you if needed. The gumbo, y'all. Okay, me and Titan gonna handle that. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have me and Titan gonna handle that. We have Miss Atisha Harris. I definitely need y'all to check these places out, you guys. Houston Unsolved Homicide. Now, this is another associate of mine. He has a nonprofit. You may see him quite a bit on social media or on the news. His name is John Mardines. He's the guy who's always he's kind of front on when there's missing children, hurt children, or just a missing person, really. He's really known. Y'all look him up because he's out there. He's at court when people are saying that, they haven't found anything or the court systems. John is out there in front for any and everybody who has lost a loved one. He is always marching. He is always at those courthouses speaking on behalf of any family, passing out flyers, anything to find your loved ones, all out of his own pocket. And I really love his ministry. I call it a ministry, but I really love his works. So y'all definitely check out my page. Again, Erica Bolden, and if you just go under the page where we had myself and Titan, there are several under there. Um, Patronize us. Give back to us. You know, we always complaining about what we do, and if you do have a bad experience, don't go overboard with it. See if you can talk to a manager, pull them to the side and say, hey, I want to patronize you because you look like me.
Right.
But here's some things that I see you can probably improve on. You know, once you improve on these things, you know, this will be a better establishment or whatever. But encourage instead of disencourage. Don't get on social media and just totally blast them without giving them a chance to say, hey, you know, you need to work on your customer service, baby, and your timing. I sat here all day waiting on my food, but give them a chance, you know, whatever it may be. Let's patronize each other. Let's not make this thing just a moment. We need to continue this throughout life, learning how to be supportive of one another, learning how to give back to our own community. Everybody want to go back to, oh, y'all remember when we had Black Wall Street? Well, you have more now, more resources now. Why is there one now?
Right.
Why aren't we making a Black Wall Street now? And if there is one, it just may be my ignorance that I don't know about where they all congregating at. But please drop that info so I can get over there too.
Okay.
So I can get on it too. But let's work together.
Right.
As I was telling y'all, our money is being well spent. Just do a little research, you know, and see what we're investing in. Think about what we need, because that's part of our segment. What the people need. What is it that we need now in this new era of life, in this new journey of life that could also benefit you? And
Right.
invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, invest in some classes, or get in a organization or a group and invest in your knowledge, invest in yourself. Don't look at it as, oh, they're charging me for their knowledge. Yeah, they have the right to do that. Every institute do that. When you go to Texas, U of H or whatever, Rice, whomever, they're charging you for their knowledge. So
Right.
don't get offended when you see an inspirational speaker or somebody that handles, like, oh, Warren Group. I'm sorry, Mr. Warren, who definitely helped me establish my nonprofit. When you see people like that, yeah, you're investing in you. Don't look at it as I got to pay him or her to do this. Invest in yourself.
Right. Right. Right.
Find out what we need. Our people, we need to come together. We were talking about what we need. We need to come together. We need to learn how to work together, build one another up. Stop feeling like if I share my idea, or if I share, and I'm talking to Eric, if I share my idea, somebody gonna steal it. So what? It's enough homeless people out here for all of us need to be trying to work together. All of us need to be trying to help our veterans. All of us need to help our young women, our young men.
Mhm.
All of us need to be helping displaced families, because one thing you do see, life doesn't stop. With the way the world is turning, there's gonna always be a displaced family, because we can't control the environment. We can't
Right.
control these hurricanes. We can't control these tornadoes. We can't control these fires that's happening. So there's always going to be an avenue for help. God placed you here to help others. So whether it be in your for business or your nonprofit or your for profit, just give back and invest in others as well as yourself.
Right, right. All of that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So, yes, do that. So, here's another thing, too. So, if you have a Black business, if you are working on a Black business, if you have patronized a Black business, and the business is, you feel that is worthy of being put out there and helping and things like that, then I ask that you go ahead and you actually let us know. Yes, you actually let us know. Uh,
Put your business.
so you can go ahead and put it down in the comments, or you can always come to my page. It's Thought to Ponder on Facebook. As I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wednesdays is normally our workshop Wednesday, where we do a workshop where we announce Black businesses, promote Black
Yes.
things like that. So do go ahead, hit my inbox and let me know. Or if you have something that you're doing and you would like to come on to the Thought to Ponder, hit my inbox and let me know, because we want to support each other and we want to do as Erica stated.
Yeah.
So make sure that you are going with the Black. And last thing I have to say is this: just because you're a Black business, right, and you are giving, um, you're being unprofessional or you're not giving great customer service, that doesn't mean that I owe you my patronage if you're not doing that. I tell people all the time, Black business, good customer service. I'm from the
Right.
customer service industry, and I taught for years how to be a good customer service representative, how to give good customer service, how to give the wow factor. And a lot of times, what we're doing is because they're Black, regardless if they're good or not, we're patronizing the business just because they're Black. I'm going to patronize your business, but do understand that I expect good customer service.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yes.
Bottom line. I don't care how many people you have working. I don't care how long the line is. Good customer service is good customer service.
Yes.
I
Goes a
will
long way.
I will travel, Erica, for a good old sandwich for good customer service.
Won't we?
I will travel.
Won't we?
Titan, where you going? All the way to the north side for what? A sandwich? Because I know that I'm going to get that, right? So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are supporting your Black businesses and you're doing that. And speaking of a Black business, Erica just showed you her mask on that,
Hmm.
and I'm going
It's
to
Alma Moore. Alma
exactly.
Moore.
Oh, see, I may need to get her to
She is wonderful.
get me one and
Yes,
make
Alma
sure.
Moore. Look her up. Masterpieces. Get
Mhm.
masterpieces. Yes, Alma Moore.
Yeah.
She handles all my masks. I love her. Beautiful
Okay.
woman.
I'm gonna have
Definitely.
to check her out because I
Yes.
love good masks. I have somebody on my side over here, who, you saw the face shield that I had on earlier.
Yes.
She did the face shield for me, and then also too, I was telling you that I had look, I'm just Titan Capri all over the place.
I
So
love it.
here's my mask
Yes.
here. Yeah. So
Yes. Love it.
sometimes we have to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have, TitanCapri.com, and this mug and many others, you can get off of TitanCapri.com. So, if you want to come and take a sip of the thought with me, why not do it in a mug that has my logo on it or it has me on it? You can go to TitanCapri.com, go to the Photogriffany store, and all of the photos that are there are taken by me. So those are my photos. And yeah, get you a t-shirt, get you a mug, get you a canvas, get
And
whatever.
get the Titan Capri book while you sipping in that tight. You
Hold
have
on.
to get that book, honey.
And
And
then
you would
also too,
enjoy that
yeah.
T2P cup even better. Come
Now,
on.
let me give a disclaimer because I want my people to understand that the book is not so much about my story as in this, but it's about a little bit of scandal, a little bit of how to get away with murder leading up to the story. So just so you know, I had to put that out there because somebody said, "Oh, you didn't tell me the book had all this in it." I was like, "Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
a little packed with a little something, with a little." Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you, for tuning in. I want to thank my
Yes.
special guest. I want to thank, Erica Bolden for coming in this morning. We met earlier in the year, and the pandemic has kept us away from one another, but virtual will work until we're able to physically see each other and give each other a hug. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Remember, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, is the Thought to Ponder, but I do, candid conversations or conversations on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. As you can see, I'm with Erica right now this morning. So, what I want to say to you, and this has been put on my spirit to say, and hey, Lisa, good morning. This is put on my spirit to say, this, that you are worthy. You are worthy. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you're not. You are worthy to be here. You are worthy to be loved. You're worthy to be God's child. You're worthy for the blessings the universe has bestowed upon you. You are worthy for being who you are. When you wake up in the morning, don't forget to tell yourself that you are worthy. You are worthy. So I don't know who that was for.
Affirmations,
I don't know
definitely.
who that was for. Whoever that is right there.
That's for me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Y'all better claim it, but I'm claiming and receiving that one too. I'm definitely adding that to my affirmations.
Indeed. All right, Erica, hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. Until next time, peace and blessings. Hashtag T2P, come and take a sip of the thought with me.